Chico Bean lays down the law. I'm going to tell you to strap in your seats because you're not going to get this on a regular basis. This is some of the coldest game I've heard in a minute, and it was spit in like seconds. Shout out to all my people in D.C. Chico Bean put on in this little clip, and I don't think people saw it. It was right at the end, but he got it off. Give you a word of warning. This is 3D chess he's playing here. Now, do I agree with it 100%? No, of course not. I have my problems with parts of it. But the way he breaks it down is something to be witnessed, man.
Doctor, hold up. Just let her ask the question.
I was going to ask you, how do you feel about when it comes to dating for a woman, do you think women should be independent in a relationship?
Do I think women should be independent?
While they're in a relationship.
While they're in a relationship,
you know, just as
50,
an independent human being. Like, I'm self-sufficient, I can handle all these things, because a lot of people talk about how women are so independent now that it's hard for them to be in relationships because guys kind of want you to be a little dependent on them.
I mean, I think independence is masked as being an adult. You're an adult, so it's certain things that you should do on your own. I think a lot of women are looking for men to do the things for them that their father was supposed to. You know what I mean? And the unfortunate part is you can't be looking for somebody to be your daddy and not be obedient like a child would.
Woo! My man said,
a lot of women are looking for men to do the things for them that their father was supposed to.
A lot of women are looking for a man to do the things their father was supposed to. Give it up for him. But he ain't done yet. He just getting warmed up.
You know what I mean? And the unfortunate part is you can't be looking for somebody to be your daddy and not be obedient like a child would. So the end of
You can't be looking for your daddy and not be obedient like a child. Come on, Chico.
Dependence that men are looking for, dependence rather that men are looking for in women, they're looking for them to be in a sense of, like you seen the memes that people put out, the daddy hand me the salt and then the boyfriend and the father reach. You know what I'm saying? I think it's that. Men want that level of being able to provide a woman with that. But at the same time, if you're not going to look at this man as somebody who can provide you with the level of protection, assurance, safety that your father would, then it's a waste of time. So your independence should come anyway as a woman, I think.
So what do you think about the bills in a relationship?
The bills?
Yeah, like, is it half and half?
Bill?
Or do you feel like you should be paying for, like, what's your breakdown?
I feel like you should do whatever it is you're capable of doing. Communication is key. It's the most important part of any relationship. So if you're comfortable with paying half the bills, then do that. But if it's a man, that's something that you want to do, make sure you're in a position to be able to do that.
I'm asking you.
See, that's realistic. He's at least approaching it from a realistic standpoint where, I get it. You know what I'm saying? In an ideal situation as a man, you want to be paying for everything. But realistically, she may make more money than you. You might have a situation where you can't cover 100%. And there's compromise. There's all types of compromise. But you're not getting a lot of compromise when you hear these conversations coming out in these podcasts. Women like to put the podcast on the men. They say, oh, these men with a podcast. But what about these women that are appearing on these podcasts? A lot of times they bring information that reflects a larger population, just like you say about the men, right? And a lot of them, especially the ones that was on Kevin Samuel's show, none of them wanted to settle for less. They wanted a man that was making over $100,000 so that he could pay for every damn thing. There was no compromise. But in most relationships, there is a compromise.
Me? Yeah. Well, I would never be in a relationship, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't never want.
This man said he would never be in a relationship. Now, see, this is where I say I gotta let him. He out there now, but he's definitely spitting.
To be married or be in a relationship.
Or
so.
you don't never want to be in a relationship?
No.
Not even
a girlfriend?
No, why would I do that? No. Look at my man over in the corner. You wish somebody would have said that on the mic before.
He from Ghana. He want 5 wives.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. As long as you can afford them, you should be able to have them.
You don't want to live with anybody?
No. I don't. Nuh-uh. You know, like I said, I get most of my, interaction and relationship, dependence from the environment that I come from rather. And I watched my mother go through my whole life, never finding a man to keep it real with her and tell her exactly what it was that was going on. So I'm out.
Wow. That's a man that's done some self-examination that he can truthfully be honest about the shortcomings of his own mother and her situation and why it was the way it was and how it reflects what women are going through today.
Out here just trying to be the nigga that my mother never had. I don't have no lies to tell you. I don't have no lies to tell you. I feel like if somebody would have gave Wanda the opportunity, she would have been a hell of a soldier for somebody who was worth it, and it would have made our life easier. So for me, I don't have no lies to tell you. You're not going to be the only woman that I ever. That's it. It's illogical to me to even allow a woman to think that if I love you and care about you, there's no way I would allow you to think that as a man that you are going to be the only woman that I want to deal with.
What if she's okay with you?
I'm gonna just let that sit there. I'm gonna let that sit there. Yeah, that's DC. That's some game, You're
dating other people.
Well,
he's spitting them lyrics right now.
Cool, but the thing is, I'm going to be honest with you about that from the jump. My goal, my whole mantra is no victims, only volunteers. You'll never be a victim to no bullshit, only a volunteer.
Come on, son. He said, no victims, only volunteers. That's a mantra we live by. I 100% agree with that. Because that's what I'm saying. Fair exchange is no robbery. You getting something out of this too. So don't act like it's some uneven shit. Just for the sake of victimhood. Just for the sake of having a one-up or being right. Or being self-righteous because you're not right. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me let him finish. This is the shortest clip, but damn it, I'm gonna just stop it when I need to stop it because you gotta dissect these things. I wish I could go through even smaller points, but
volunteer to my truth. So you have a choice as to whether or not you want to deal with me or not, but you have to understand that you won't be the only woman that I deal with. Now, in fairness, you have a lot of men who say that and then be like, I do what I want, you do what I tell you. I'm also not that way.
All right.
And when it comes to women,
and see, he's even reasonable. He's saying it's not a dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? But you have a choice in this. And I'm going to give you all the information you need up front to make a decision whether or not you want to be here. There will be no deception. There will be no lies. You don't have to worry about anybody sneaking out because you know what it is up front. That's all we've been saying. That's all we've been saying. That's all I've been saying. I don't know about the other guys, but yeah.
I don't care what you do when I'm not around. As long as
it's a wilding out thing.
No, it's not. I ain't having no bunch of kids. You know what I mean? But
she try to put it on Nick.
That nigga can take care of him. He about to have a whole nother cast. I know that nigga. I know what he doing.
That's exactly what he did.
He's trying to have a whole nother cast so we can fire us. I'm hip to you, nigga.
Right.
But like I said, I'm not the type of person that's gonna tell you I can do what I want. You do what I tell you. As long as whatever you do don't bring me no problems, I don't care what you do. My uncle told me a long time ago, if you don't wake up in the morning and wash your pussy, it don't belong to you. It's yours.
Maybe y'all didn't hear that. What did his uncle tell him? Uncle gave him some cold game is what he did. Boy, them uncles, man.
What you do? My uncle told me a long time ago, if you don't wake up in the morning and wash your pussy, it don't belong to you. It's yours.
Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Because that's true. It's true. If you don't watch it, it don't belong to you. So you can't get upset about what happens to it. That belongs to her. Don't get in your feelings about it. That's hers. Even when you're married, don't let it disappoint you. That's the thing.
You gonna do what you want to do with it. As long as if nigga ain't mad when it's my turn, we straight.
Do you take women on vacations and things
Nah,
like
I don't
that?
do none of that. I don't do none of that.
You spend the night?
Yeah, depending on who it is. You know what I mean? And how safe I feel with my belongings being there when I'm asleep. Yeah, I spend the night. But the thing about me, like I said, it's about honesty. Women always say they want a man to keep it 100 with them until they run into one. Most of them have never had a man keep it 20 with them, so you have no idea what that other 80% entails that you think that you're looking for. The lies hurt so bad that you just think you want the opposite. But majority of the women that I have conversations with don't want a man to be honest with them. You want a man to fit into the character that you have in your mind, and you want him to play that out in front of the world. I don't operate like that. This is what it is.
Damn. I don't think y'all heard what he just said. They want a man to keep it 100 with them, but they never experience a man that could keep it 20 with them. Therefore, when they experience the truth, they don't recognize it as the truth because it's foreign to them. This nigga was spitting. I gotta hear that again. This is just for me now.
So you have no idea what that other 80% entails that you want. Most of them have never had a man keep it 20. Women always say they want a man to keep it 100 with them until they run into one. Most of them have never had a man keep it 20 with them, so you have no idea what that other 80% entails that you think that you're looking for. The lies hurt so bad that you just think you want the opposite. But majority of the women that I have conversations with don't want a man to be honest with them. You want a man to fit into the character that you have in your mind, and you want him to play that out in front of the world. I don't operate like that. This is what it is. This is what it ain't. You down with it? Cool. You not? Cool. I like the way I explain it is.
That's it. That's it.
Like, we all are professors of ourselves, and I'm the dean of Chico Bean University. When you've been to college, you've been around. When the first thing you've been around, lend the skin. The first thing that they teach you the first thing that you do when you come into a college, classroom is they give you the syllabus. And the first week of class is you going over the syllabus so you can make a decision as to whether or not this is a class you want to take or drop. Mm-hmm. That's how I operate with women. When you meet me, I'm handing you.
What? Yo. He said, first week class, they give me, I'm not even going to repeat it, man. This shit is hard. Just play it back if you have to. He's dropping so much knowledge right now.
You my syllabus. This is what it is with me. You have a choice as to whether or not you want to take this course or drop it.
Would you say I love you? Have you said I love you?
I love all the women I deal with.
Hey, I ain't heard no shit like this since Kevin Samuels,
I
bro.
got it. No, it ain't. No, don't put me in that legacy. Don't put me. See, there you go. Now you want to say motherfuckers is going to die. You keep saying. You said Kanye West going to die. Now you going to put me in the Kevin Samuels so the women can say, that nigga. I'm not. I salute to Kevin Samuels, though. I don't, God rest his soul. But I'm not one of those people who's telling any woman what they need to do. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do.
That's real.
What you decide to do based upon that is your choice. I don't have no say-so in that. I just am going to tell you what I'm going to do and I'm not going to do. After that, it's on you.
So, yeah, that Kevin Samuels point right there, he wasn't saying nothing wrong about Kevin Samuels. He said he's not going to tell you what to do. Kevin took a hands-on approach with women and asking what what were they willing to do to get what they want. He's saying he's not willing to do that. He's actually... as much as they love to demonize Kevin, he's actually saying that he's willing to give you less help than Kevin is. You understand? So he's like, hey, you grown, you can make your own decisions. Where Kevin was like, trying to help in a way. That's what people don't get about Kevin Samuels, that he was actually one of the few people in the gap between, full collapse and a black community, or happy black families. Let's put it like that.
So, but
that's real.
What you decide to do based upon that is your choice. I don't have no say-so in that. I just am going to tell you what I'm going to do and I'm not going to do. After that, it's on you.
That's my man Chico Bean.
Yeah.
Chico taught a lesson. I would love to hear this in long form. I'm sure he's got this going on in his stand-up. I suggest you go get tickets if you want to hear more of this type of content for Chico Bean. If you want to hear more of this type of stand-up material, because my man, he's spitting the stuff I heard growing up. You know what I'm saying? You know how when you hear how smooth his delivery was and how he was able to just put it out there like it was a practice speech. It probably was, you know what I mean? He probably did interpret all this information, put it into the computer and spit it out. But, you know, that's brilliant. Those are brilliant observations that need to be said more, you know what I mean? Like, honestly. But anyway, man, that was amazing. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is FAUCETTE Media.